Oh, you're joking.
Hi Chuggies, Cherylyn Barnes here. I just wanted to say a few little bits and pieces about a few weekends ago. It's really been getting to me, and I was doing some shows down in Melbourne. Terry said he was going to take me down to the Melbourne, and then, he'd drive me down because he was doing the delivery trucks, because he does all the cold foods and whatnot. So he was taking down some acai, which is berries from overseas. They actually got antioxidants and real good for you sort of thing. So anyway, he was meant to be taking those down to Melbourne, so he was going to drop me off down there. Well, we learned when we got to Melbourne that the delivery to Melbourne was actually Tarcutta, which is just right on the New South Wales border sort of thing. So I had the shits, and one of his mates, Dale, ended up taking me down to Melbourne, and there was some bullshit there. Picked up some of his fuckwit mates in Shepparton. Anyway, so we get down there, and I'm all stressed from that. So I do my shows 2 back to back sort of thing, and then I could not believe how disgusting Melbourne was, because on the way back from my shows, there was just all these people. They're carrying on walking through the streets, off their fucking face, and they talk to you. In Sydney, we don't do that. So I just thought that was a little bit rude. So then in the dark, the boys what was putting me show on, they've actually put me up in this motel in the Melbourne. So I go back there after my show, and outside the doors somebody has spewed. It was never cleaned up, so you would never see that in Sydney. So I just thought in Melbourne, there's people in the streets carrying on, and then these spew right by the motel. So that was disgusting. So then the following day I had to go shopping because I only packed one top, and I actually had another show the following night. So I went to Miller's, the clothes shop that I like, and I got the tops I like, and I put it on the counter, and this cockroach crawls out, and I just could not believe it. And the woman behind the counter, she says, "Can you take that with you?" And I said, "I'm not taking it with me." So then, long story short, I do my shows. It's time to go home. And Stephen, one of the boys what put my show on, he said, "I know you don't like flying, and that's why I drove down in the first place, because I'm absolutely petrified of flying." But he says, "Your idea to get you to go up back home in Uber, it's not going to work because the drivers are from Melbourne and all of that." And he says, "We got you on a flight," and then he says, "You'll be fine because the flight is only, an hour and a half sort of thing. I'll be there to help you stay calm. You'll be fine. You'll be with me," sort of thing. We get on the plane, and the bastard takes off, and I start having an anxiety attack. At first, I didn't know what was happening to me. I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, all right, all right, all right. And then all of a sudden my hands were shaking and I couldn't breathe. I was struggling to breathe, and then I just started crying. And then I said to Stephen, "I'm not going to be able to handle it. I'm not going to be able to handle this. I need to get off." And then he just said the wrong thing. He said, "We can't get off. We're flying. We can't just stop the flight." So then I lost it, and I was like, "I fucking told you. I told you. I don't like flying. I can't do it. And I'm freaking out and all of this." And then he says, "Cherylyn, look at me in the eyes." And then he gave me a couple of Penadine Forts, the strong stuff. So he said, "Just take this and try and be calm." So I took it, and I said, "Have you got any more?" And he said, "Not really." And I said, "Stephen, don't fuck around. Do you have any more?" So he says, "I've got one more." Whether or not he had more than that and he was just telling porcupines, I don't know. So he says, "All right, have one more." And he had one more, and then it was a good, half an hour of me just sitting there in absolute fucking panic. And then I started to chill out, fell asleep, and by the time we got there, he woke me up. He said, "All done." So anyway, we get to the Sydney airport. I get my bag, and I gave Stephen a big kiss and a cuddle, and I said, "Get back to me when you want me to do more shows," sort of thing, and try and figure it out, because all different people what's all around the world, in all different states what I've never been to, they want to see me, sort of thing. So I called Terry up, to come and get me, sort of thing, and he says, "Can't do it, I'm on my way to Queensland." And I thought that'd be fucking right. So then I had to catch the train home. So I get on the train, and so when we get to about Riverwood, about 45 minutes from where I live on the train, this fat bird gets on, and her little kids run on, all rushing through her, and, you know, they're running up and down the carriages, and the mum says, "Don't annoy me, go down there, you're pissing me off." And I thought, charming, absolutely charming. So I'm sitting there, and this bird's sitting across from me, and she's got the littlest one in the stroller, and all of a sudden I see her, she's going, and then I thought, you're joking, this bitch is fucking pregnant and in labour. She's going, and I thought, great, just what I fucking need. So she's going on, and I'm looking at her, and then she starts going, oh, carrying on. And I thought, fuck me dead. And I thought, fuck me, I've been there, it's not that hard, don't carry on. You know, the way she was moaning and carrying on, it was like, are you in labour, or are you having sex with the local football team? So anyway, the train goes on, and her phone rings, and she picks it up, and she says, What? Obviously a boyfriend or a husband or something. And she goes, yes, it's happening now, I'm on the train on the way to the hospital. And then she says, and no one's helping me, every cunt's just fucking staring at me. And I said, I beg your pardon. And then she goes, oh, hang on a minute, and puts the phone down. And I said, what's your fucking problem? And she goes, you can say I'm struggling. And I said, and who are you to me? You know, I said, I don't know you from a block of soap. Why is it my fault that you have to get the fucking train? Then she says, not now. And then I said, yes, fucking now. How dare you talk about me like that? You don't know me. And I said, if you knew half the fucking shit that would happen to me on the weekend, you would think twice. And then she's F this and F that, and she picks the phone up, and she's screaming at the husband again. So then I had the shits. So when we got to Campbelltown, I got up. As I was about to get off the train, I said to her, sorry I couldn't help you, Chuck, but I hope the baby fucking rips you apart. And then I got off. Stupid bitch. So then I got home, and the whole thing just fucking got even worse, you know. I got through the front door, I just collapsed on the lounge. I was a wreck, and then I didn't know what to do, and I just started crying, you know, all of it. This and this and this and this, it all adds up, and I just lost it. So Desiree, the smart ass, she walks past and she starts laughing. I said, real nice, Des, real fucking nice. And then she goes, thanks, and walks to her room. And so I thought, fuck this. And I got up and I went to the buffet sort of thing where we keep all the ornaments. I picked up one of her statues on it, and I got it. So from where I was, I just threw it into the kitchen, and the thing just smashed all over the kitchen floor. Des comes out, she says, what the fuck was that? And I said, I don't know, no idea. She goes into the kitchen, and all I hear is this gut-wrenching scream, and then she walks out and she goes, you're a fucking bitch. I said, what? And she goes, you're a spiteful bitch. That ceramic tribesman was the last thing I got from Lisa. She got it when she was in Bali before she died of leukemia. And I said, Des, don't try to victimise yourself. You barely knew her. And then she starts crying and carrying on and went to a room. And then I just thought, fuck the lot of you, you know. I come back from the weekend at Melbourne where I've got night after night all these different people that's obsessed with me, and then I come home and not only do I have to deal with arseholes on the train, but your own fucking flesh and blood. So that was my Melbourne trip. And so now I'm pretty much over it all. You know, me and Des started talking again. And so I thought, I've got to do YouTubes. I don't really know what to make one about. And that was something, lots of things, you know, book, just happen all on the one weekend. So I thought I'd make it about that. Anyway, let's leave it at that. Make sure you add me on my Twitter site, at Cherylyn Barnes. # my crazy weekend. So what you can do then is add me on my Facebook site, www.facebook.com/CherylynBarnesAU for Australia. Make sure you add my Instagram site as well, and that's the same as the tweet, at Cherylyn Barnes. Make sure you give this YouTube the big thumbs up, and make sure you click subscribe so you'll be able to see you know, all the other YouTubes that I've done and all the other ones that'll come out in future days sort of thing. Alright, chooks. Ciao for now, chookies.
Who you think you're fronting on? Like brat. Louis 13 and it's all on me, nigga, you just brought a shot. kamikaze if you think you can knock me off the top. Shit your wife in the backseat of my brand new foreign car. Don't act like you forgot